Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this session. My name is Catherine, and I will be your host for this afternoon. The first session that we have will handle about how the data-driven digital boardroom changed the meeting dynamics at one of our customers, Waterlink. We have here today as our speakers Frederik Verkouteren from Waterlink himself, together with Jan de Wilder from Cubis. Frederik is a business analyst within the reporting cell of controlling at Waterlink. Waterlink implemented SAP about 2 years ago, just after Frederik started within the company. And his goal is really to put the knowledge that is gained during that period in better use and make all the data available and easy accessible to the users. Jan de Wilder, he is a very experienced SAP analytics consultant. He started his career about 20 years ago at Business Objects. After the acquisition of SAP, he stayed there for 15 years. Once we were colleagues, Jan?
Yep, thank you.
And now he's working at Cubis, and he's a really strong believer of the SAP Analytics Cloud. With his long experience and his knowledge, he's helping today customers with the transit to the cloud and to the self-service BI. A warm welcome to Jan and Frederik.
Thank you very much.
I should say, let's immediately start.
Yeah,
With
start, Frederik.
the agenda. We're going to present Waterlink, the company, very shortly. After that, we're going to talk about the project. What were the business needs? Why did we choose SAP Analytics Cloud and the effort that was put into it? And as last in here, we will do the key takeaways. And after the session, we will go a bit further to give a live demo of Digital Boardroom. Okay, first Waterlink. You see in this picture the water landscape in Flanders, part of Flanders, and you see all the water companies are very interwoven. You see also the Waterlink working area. It's in Antwerp, bigger Antwerp, let's say. You also see the 2 production sites. That's a large difference with other water companies who produce the water. For example, in Oelegem, the water comes from the Albert Canal. Next up, we have our working area. You see 2 of our 3 activities, the drinking water production and giving it to the customers, also the sewage. And the last activity we have, it's called Indus. It produces demineralized water. It's especially for the industries. Then here are some key facts. We have around 600,000 customers. We have 460 employees. There you also see our production volume. Maybe interesting to know, only 20% goes to the residential segment. Almost 40% goes to other water companies. And then the last 40% goes to the industry, especially the harbor. Then let's talk about the project. That's why you're here, I suppose. First, the business needs. Like the introduction said, 2 years ago we implemented SAP. With one of the major goals was, okay, we have with SAP you have much data, so we have to do something with it. The first year was just getting used to SAP. Everyone in the company, it's normal. The second year we started from top down to see which KPIs we wanted to present in management teams across the business. So that was the first step. Second step was, okay, now we need a tool to present those. We went top down, so we started not from what's in SAP at the moment. We started at the management level to see, okay, what do you want to see and how do you want to interact with the business and what are the key goals we have to see and work around. Also, the process itself started top down, but also our SAP Analytics Cloud implementation. We first wanted to use a tool without BW, so we just wanted to put in data so the business could see immediately what is the result. And also because otherwise we had to put a lot of effort into BW, but maybe it wasn't worth it. Maybe the management team could say, okay, but with that KPI we can't do anything. The data is maybe, it could be interesting, but it's not. So that's why we started top down in both areas. The last things were, okay, align reporting across departments. I think that's in every company. Every different users use different tools. In all the tools now available, you have different kind of reporting tools in it, but everyone uses it at its own stake. But at management level, you want one tool to see everything, and that's why we chose. That's what we needed. We needed something across the department and cross management teams. The next two are easy accessible and interactive dashboards. One of the things we needed was also that it was available for iPads. That was one of the things, but okay, that's normal. And then first up, the management teams were important, so it was top down. But in the later stage, we also wanted to improve the operational work. We also have operational KPIs, so that's a good thing. We started with the strategical high level. Afterwards, we want to integrate it in BW, so also operational people can use the data. But in a later stage, first it's high level, just monthly an overview of a certain KPI. On a later stage, we're breaking it down and presenting it to the operational people. Why did we choose, after the needs, you have why did we choose SAP Analytic Clouds? We are a data and business driven organization, okay? First of all, and that's very important, we're not from IT. We're from, reporting is a subdivision of controlling within finance. So that's rather important to know. We wanted little IT involvement, so we could manage the tool, roll it out. That was very important. Of course, it needed to visualize, and we needed to use dashboards in the digital boardroom. Yeah, that was the last step. What we also saw was that many presentation went by PowerPoint, which was fed by an Excel, for example. And the use of PowerPoint, we also wanted to decrease. That's why we immediately went for the digital boardroom, because it affects, it also, it's a kind of a PowerPoint. You can put in an agenda like we will let you show in a moment, and that's you can make something of it that's worthwhile. But the most important things was, like also said, we implemented SAP 2 years ago with most of the modules, so the connectivity was a major thing for us to invest in that. Also the cloud approach, like I said, we're not an IT department. We wanted not too much of interference, so we immediately went for the automatic updates. No one in IT had to worry about it, so that's perfect. Also, the governance was very important, because if we chose another tool, we needed another authorization. Someone had to manage it. Now we can do it ourselves in BW, and it will go in the next tool in SAC. And then the last, because again, we're finance, important, we use BPC, and the input, it's great that the management teams will see the output. That's what they're seeing now, but in the future they will also give the input. And that's a major advantage for us, because we only have to roll out one tool instead of using BPC. For the business user will only need one instead of two, and that's for us a major advantage as well. Now I will give Jan the word. He will talk about
Thank you,
the
Frederik.
implementation.
Thank you. Well, there's the next slide, Frederik. Yeah. When we came in Waterlink in Antwerp, what did we find there? The analytics landscape before was BW 7.5 on HANA, already on HANA, fine. Waterlink had a BPC tool for planning, business planning. They had the running web intelligence, but merely for distributing reports via email, and also analysis for Office, for analyzing the data. What source systems do they have? Waterlink is a large SAP customer. They have a large SAP footprint. They have ERP systems. They have systems for HR, even success factors. They also use Microsoft Azure for Internet of Things, because Waterlink is also rolling out digital water meters. So therefore they use IoT, and also various other systems like Google Analytics, for example. Good, so what is the to-be landscape? The to-be landscape is BW for HANA. And of course, SAP Analytics Cloud. And SAP Analytics Cloud will not only be used for dashboarding, but also for planning, for self-service. So users can create their own reports, and the implementation of Digital Boardroom. This does not mean that we do no longer use Web Intelligence. Web Intelligence remains. And also analysis for Office remains. So the one does not exclude the other. Here's an example, for example, for the digital, not Digital Boardroom, but for a dashboard that they're using. You see there a dashboard for explaining the cost of the digital meters in dark blue. I hope you can see it a bit. You have the actual numbers, and compared to the dashed bar is the digital meters budget. And you have a timeline as well, where you can zoom in. So we were planning to do a live demo here, but we skipped the live demo here. We do the live demo in a few minutes in the Digital Boardroom, so we can have a more interactive demo. What was the project effort? Well, we started only last year, end of November. Cubis, us, was there a partner for not a long time, for 10 days only. And we gave 3 days of training. So what did we do in those 10 days? We built together, based on the KPIs, we built together a model, and we helped Waterlink to create the first dashboards. And then, of course, I forgot the 3 days key user training, where we explained visualizations, best practices. How should you visualize something in a dashboard? We explained calculations, variances, linked analysis, data modeling, how to implement security, and also basic stuff. We gave this training to the business key users, not to the IT department, to the business key users. Why to the business key users? Because it's the business users who runs SAP Analytics Cloud. IT is not involved. So they create their own models, they create their own KPIs, they implement security, and take care of authorizations. However, sometimes we need IT, a little bit in this case, is just for setting up the import connections or the live connections to BW. And that's, in fact, all. Good, what is the timeline? So we started last year, end of November. We kicked off the project, and the KPIs were defined, but there was nothing available in BW. So we documented the KPIs in Excel, so we uploaded the Excel files, and we built our first dashboards that are already in production. We still use BW import connection. Why not live? I will explain you in a minute, because we needed a little upgrade of BW. And we postponed the upgrade of BW to beginning of next year. Today, while we were speaking, what are we doing? We're slowly replacing the data source Excel files with BW queries. So we first build the KPIs, and then we start looking at how do we get the data in our KPIs. That's the process going on now. So we validate the KPIs to compare to the BEX queries. And half this year, we will have the Digital Boardroom in production, and I will use the Digital Boardroom in management meetings. Early next year, Waterlink decided to move to BW for HANA. So they decided not to do a BW upgrade now. No, we do the BW for HANA next year, and then we start using the BW Live connections. And then in the first half of 2020, Waterlink is also going to evaluate BPC, business planning for consolidation, compared to SAC. And hopefully SAC is going to replace BPC. So what are the key takeaways of this session? The key takeaways of these sessions are only 3. First of all, no IT involvement. The business is in the driver's seat, and Cubis helped them to become self-supporting. Then SAP Analytics Cloud, it's an upside-down project. We started with visualizations, and then we started thinking, okay, how do we get it into BW, these KPIs? And then culture change. We start slowly introducing SAP Analytics Cloud, not as a shock, but slowly. So the business users are adopted, and then start using half of this year with Digital Boardroom. Voila, now we are going to do a demo. But the demo will not be here. I invite you for a booth where we have a Digital Boardroom. Where is this one? So, do you see the map? No, not yet. Voila. We are here in this dome, and the Digital Boardroom is there. So it's about 10 meters from here. So we are in this dome here, and the Digital Boardroom is there, where we'll do the demo. So please, you're all invited to come to the Digital Boardroom. Or, if you don't have time, you can also visit the Cubis booth, which is in the Data and Technology booth. Voila. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope to see you all in the Digital Boardroom demo.